We love a good trip to the amusement park. Roller coasters, water parks, cotton candy, and race cars? Oh, hell yeah, sign me up for that. While you may not conventionally expect a car race to be happening outside the bumper cars at an amusement park, there was such an experience waiting for you in Allentown back in the day at Dorney Park. In this video, we're going to be looking at the lifetime of Dorney Park Speedway. Dorney Park itself traces its history back to 1860 when a man named Solomon Dorney built a trout hatchery and a summer resort on his estate outside of Allentown. In 1870, Dorney decided to convert the site to a public attraction featuring games, rides, refreshments, a hotel, and a restaurant. The Allentown-Kutztown Traction Company built a trolley line from Allentown to Kutztown in 1899, and the company added a stop at Dorney's Park, giving the location this name. The park expanded as it aged, and it currently is the oldest active amusement park in the United States. The traction company went on to buy the park, and after that came a line of ownership changes over the years to the present day, where Six Flags Entertainment operates the complex. The start of the auto racing comes at the end of 1938, right in the height of the East Coast's newfound craze over midget racing. The smaller silhouettes of indie racers were cheap, easy to maintain, and exciting. One of the guys who was involved in this boom was a promoter by the name of Red Kreis. Red contacted the owners of the park to see about adding a track, and they came to the idea of converting a softball diamond on the property into a racetrack. By working together, they used the softball field grandstand and a new front stretch grandstand to surround a dirt oval 1/5 of a mile around. The first year of racing in 1939 went smoothly, and for 1940 they decided to pave the track. As the promoter of the track, Red signed a deal to have the races at Dorney Park Speedway become AAA sanctioned events. The track ran weekly races for the midgets on Sunday afternoons throughout the warmer months, and then at the end of 1941, World War II came in and put all of that on pause. Once we all settled our differences, they seemed to have forgotten about keeping note of this racetrack. I have records saying that the racing returned in September of 1945, and others saying it took until 1947. Either way, when the racing returned with action on Saturday nights, it quickly shifted from the AAA to ARDC sanctioning. This body brought some exciting racing to the track, but the elevated energy took the lives of two drivers, Hap Pearson in 1947 and Harry Sheeler in 1948. Midget racing continued shortly past the end of ARDC sanction at the track, which was the next year, 1949. In 1949, keeping up with the new fads of motorsports, Red Kreis ran 3 nights with something different: stock cars. NASCAR was brand new and provided a new discipline of racing which was fairly easy to get into. The events were a huge success, and in 1950, Dorney Park Speedway raced twice a week with Wednesday night modified stock car racing and Saturday night midget races. Stock car racing had taken the United States by storm, and by 1952, the stock cars were the Saturday night attraction, with midgets losing their home at the track. The modified stock cars were the attraction of the 50s, running full seasons with championships until 1959, when disputes arose about the race purses. Stock cars went out, and go-karts rounded out the events that season. In 1960, a new promoter joined the track named Jerry Fried, who was a veteran of organizing races at the Nazareth Dirt Track not too far away. He ended up running 2 divisions of sportsman stock cars, the limited division and a lower-cost entry-level tier for those new to the sport. Over the years, the second division morphed into a late-model division. One of the most famous names to participate at this track learned to race here before taking his talents to IndyCar and NASCAR, John Andretti. There is also account of Ray Evernham, a Hall of Fame NASCAR crew chief, breaking his sternum while racing a 3/4 midget here in the 1980s. Jerry Fried ran the show with decent pace and loyal fans until 1986, when the local municipal filed a lawsuit on Dorney Park for unpaid amusement taxes. The park retorted with their own lawsuit, claiming that they were owed money for overpaid taxes, and in the end, a settlement was reached. For some reason or another, it included a clause that the racetrack would cease operations. Immediately following, the facility tore out the racetrack to make way for a new roller coaster. Not long after that, construction began, and you no longer could see remnants of what was once Dorney Park Speedway. If you were ever to find yourself paying admission to the property, you could wander to the Whitewater Landing Slide to see the location. The start-finish line of the racetrack would be directly under the Meteor Ride, and turns 3 and 4 would be underneath the roller coaster Hydra: The Revenge. There is no revenge for us in losing this racetrack. It is gone for good. Fortunately, the regulars were very passionate about this track and have kept it alive with revivals, photos, and information online for what Dorney Park Speedway was all about. Thank you all for watching the video. Be sure to share it with others and leave your own story in the comments if you have one for this facility. Keep your eyes peeled for next time when we explore the life of another lost Pennsylvania Speedway.